are gone. Into the short chute at the south end of the track. And look how he pulls away from the rest of the field, right out to the green. You never saw anybody else in the shot. Michael Andretti, a tremendous run. And Paul Tracy apparently in trouble. The last Penske car, and another car into the wall. Another car into the wall.
Vasser.
Jimmy
Vasser. Wow. One of the really top rookies in this field, a man with a big future.
Yeah, you would think by now, with the problems that these drivers are having, and they're seeing the other guys have with their cold tires after these restarts, that they'd go a little bit easier, Paul.
You know, they may not understand what's happening.
Isn't that the kind of thing that they would go up and down the pits and tell everybody to be concerned with, Bobby?
They see this all around the track, believe me.
All right, let's go down to the pits, Gary Gerald.
Well, we're down here in a bit of a traffic jam, and Scott Britton is out of the cockpit. You were running so good, but it just didn't run long enough, and that's a familiar theme, unfortunately.
Well, you know, it is and it isn't. There's been a lot of cars and engines that have gone out so far, but really I think what happened to us, Gary, is that the temperature's so cold out there right now, and with the immense amount of yellows we're having, which we didn't anticipate, we're having a hard time getting temperature in the motor. So when you're coming up and off of boost, it's a big temperature cycle on the engine. And so I don't know if that's what did it, but I was trying real hard to get around Rahal there at the end, and I'm sure I had some strong numbers at the end of the straightaway with drafts.
What about all of the incidents? Has that been a problem of temperature with tires?
Well, it hasn't been a big problem with tire temperatures, because the tires, Goodyear's done a really great job. They're gripping real good. I had one stint in there where it was a little bit loose, and it was, I had to make adjustment on the car, but that hasn't been a problem.
Scott, let me slide back here. Here's Jim Wright of the Buick company. You've been working on these engines. I know that every year you make gains, Jim, but here you are again, not maybe to finish the 500 miles.
Yeah, well, we've still got a few out there that we're hoping that'll finish, but, being that Scott is, is a partner or as owner of the business, you always pull for him too, but we just got to go back and do some more work, it looks like.
All right. It's an emotional, tough moment for these people. Let's go to Jerry Punch.
Dr. Henry Bach had just come out of the care center here just moments ago and was giving us a report on some of the long list of drivers. Let's listen in.
Some report on his x-rays.
Okay, Henry, you just came out. You have a list of injuries on certain drivers that have been brought in just moments ago.
Tom Sneva has been released from Methodist Hospital in good condition. His x-rays were negative. Jim Crawford is going to Methodist, as is Rick Mears and Emerson Fittipaldi and Mario Andretti. Rick Mears sustained injuries to his left knee, and we'll get x-rays of that in his feet. Emerson Fittipaldi has a puncture wound to his left knee, and Mario Andretti has injury to both of his feet, the extent of which we will not know until we see his x-rays.
So a lot of reports pending here from the Hanna Medical Center. Let's check into the pits with Jack Arute.
Jerry, I'm with one half of the ownership team of Bobby Rahal's car, Carl Hogan. And Carl, you guys have made a decision to keep Bobby out on hot tires. You come in, take fuel, but you want to keep the heat up, so you're going to use used tires.
Yeah, well, first of all, we think part of the problem might be the cold tires. It's a cold track. The cars really haven't been able to get too much speed. The other problem we've got, of course, is that we're getting very little tire wear. So the tires are good. We'd rather send them out on the first lap with good tires. We think their grip will be good.
Well, that's some good news. Let's update you, too. The concern early on about the Fords, whether they would be able to go the distance with the fuel available, all these cautions Ford engineers tell us have thrown those concerns out the window. They say they've got plenty of fuel till the end.
Well, that's good news.
Well, I don't think the Ford engines have had a problem with fuel in the beginning. There's only a couple of the Buicks with a mono valve.
No, in fact, just the opposite on the Fords. They've been in pretty good shape. We look once again at the situation that brought on our latest yellow.
That was Vasser.
Jimmy Vasser caught the wall.
And you can see the same problem.
Exactly the same thing, isn't it?
Just loose adhesion, and of course the rear end's always the one that breaks away first. And it just looks like a replay of almost every accident we've had today so far.
We're hearing a lot of guys are getting hurt here. This is very bleak.
Yeah, that's not a great list that Dr. Bach gave us. There's Vasser.
Yeah. Just a one-car.
Right down in the apex.
Very fortunate.
That was almost a two-car right there,
yeah,
Sam.
You bet. Sure was. John Andretti missing him by inches.
Remember, they did a lot of work on John Andretti's car to get him back in the action. Here's the view across the short chute. A lot of damage to the right side of that car. Let's go down to the pits Gary Gerald is with Rick Gallis.
Rick Gallis, this is turning out to be a most unusual Indianapolis 500, but right now you're one of those teams where this race is coming in